Hey guys, it's me, Tom Cook, and you're probably wondering why the hell am I wearing this woolly hat? Now, to give you some context, it is not very cold outside, and in fact, it's actually quite the opposite, and it's really, really warm. But the reason I'm wearing this hat because if you don't know me, I am a massive fan of the Seattle Seahawks. They are an American football team, the NFL in America, and I've been following them since 2005. Absolutely love them. Big fan. And what has this got to do with personal development? What has this got to do with this video? Basically, I always tell people the first books that I ever read were How to Win Friends and Influence People. And the other one was the other classic, Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. And I thought these were the first books that I ever read when it came to personal development. In fact, I am very wrong. And I picked up a book the other day that I read when I was 16. And that book was by a guy called Pete Carroll. It was called Win Forever. And this book came out when Pete Carroll was elected as head coach of the Seattle Seahawks back in 2010. So about that time I would have been 15, 16 years old. Now, I didn't read this book because I wanted to learn about winning forever. I wanted to learn about all the things he talks about, leadership, philosophy. No, I wanted to read this book because I was a massive fan of the Seattle Seahawks and I wanted to know everything about the players, about the coaches. I just wanted to be up to date on whatever was going on. And this was another part of it. This book was another part of doing that. But actually, when I got into it, when I got reading it, I absolutely loved it. I remember it so well now. I absolutely loved it. And he created this philosophy. It's a philosophy that he created through his life, through his coaching. And his philosophy, his Win Forever philosophy, actually got me through my exams at school. A time when I was really struggling. I was also, I was quite ill. I ended up in a hospital at one point, missed my exams. And I was so stressed, I had so much anxiety, and this mentality, this idea and this thinking of winning forever actually got me through my exams. So I have a lot to say about this book. I think it's very powerful. But to give you some context to who Pete Carroll is, Pete, as I said, he's a head coach of the Seattle Seahawks. But before that, he has been in coaching for numerous years. He was an assistant coach in actually many NFL teams. He was an assistant coach for the 49ers, for the Minnesota Vikings, the Buffalo Bills. He was also head coach for the New York Jets. He was head coach as well for the New England Patriots. And after he was head coach for the New England Patriots, he got fired and he went away and he created this philosophy. This Win Forever philosophy, and he ended up getting employed by a college in America, the University of Southern California, USC, the USC Trojans. And he took this Win Forever philosophy and he implemented it. What happened is he became one of the most successful coaches in college history. In fact, he produced a record of 97 wins only against 19 losses in 9 seasons. He led the Trojans, the USC Trojans, to 7 straight Pac-10 titles, two national championships as well. And then in 2010, when he left USC, he as I said, he came onto the Seahawks, the Seattle Seahawks, and in the very first season, in 2010, he led the Seahawks to the playoffs for the first time in 3 years. He got them this is like the finals in the NFL, and he got them to the playoffs. And that was in the first season after 3 years of not being in them. Since being in the Seattle Seahawks, he has a record of 100 wins, 59 losses, and 1 draw as well. He's taken the team to the Super Bowl twice. That's the big grand final, winning one of them. Won't talk about the other one. That hurts. 8 playoff appearances as well, and he is now 68 years old. He is the oldest coach in the NFL. And he is still playing with incredible enthusiasm, incredible energy. I say playing, I mean coaching. He does it with his best effort. And I wanted to share this with you. In this video, I'm going to be talking about this philosophy, and it is so powerful. I'm implementing it in my life. I think it's so simple, but so effective as well. And I strive to win forever. You know, that's what I want to do. Every single day, I want to win. I want to better myself every single day to achieve success on a daily basis. And it is all done by winning forever. And this is about his philosophy. So guys, hope you enjoy it. I'm going to take this off because I am getting hot. Enjoy this video, and as always, make sure that you subscribe as well by clicking the link with this video. All the best, guys. Enjoy the video.
Hey guys, welcome to this section of the video. Now, what I'm going to be running through for you now is Pete Carroll's Win Forever philosophy. And as I said at the start of this video, you know, this is an incredible philosophy and its results are proven. You know, Pete Carroll was such a successful coach in the USA, in the NFL, in college football as well. And by implementing this philosophy, it took him years to create, but implementing this philosophy, he was able to achieve incredible results. And by implementing this philosophy in your own life, you'll be able to achieve incredible results in whatever you do, whether it's business, whether it's sports, whether it's health, whatever it is, you can achieve great success by implementing these steps. And I'm going to go through the steps with you now so you can see what you need to be doing to win forever. So first off, he had 4 areas. This first area, the foundation of the system was the belief system. He also had a central theme. He created an environment as well. And it was also performance-based. Now, what I want to start with you is I want to actually, rather than starting with the belief system, I want to start at the center of this all for you. And this is the central theme. Now, Pete Carroll's central theme, when he was creating this philosophy, when he spent ages writing down notes, doing some self-reflection. And over the years, through all his failures, through growing up at school, going through his own sports journey as a player as well, he realized that it was competition, that it was the heart of his value. This was his top value, to always be competing. Competition was the biggest thing for him. So when it came to creating his own Win Forever philosophy, at the heart of it was competition. And that means to always be competing. And in every single thing you do, not just in sports, but in everything that he was doing, he was competing. Now, some of you right now might be thinking, well, Tom, is it a good idea to be competing with other people? Well, this was part of his philosophy, and that was actually not competing with other people, but competing with yourself. Every single day, competing with yourself to get better and better, to stretch yourself, to put yourself out there, to be bigger, to be bolder, to improve every single day. And he said, you're either competing or you're not, in the relentless pursuit for a competitive edge. This is what he meant. Every day he was pursuing a competitive edge within himself and implementing this into his coaching programs for the teams that he was head coach of. He installed in the players to always compete, always to best themselves as much as they possibly can. And it's about pushing yourself to the limits. And this was the central theme of his philosophy. Now let's going up here. Environment. Now, the environment for him was about practice. Practice is everything. You've all heard the saying, practice makes perfection. Practice makes perfect, but practice also makes permanence. The more you practice, the more you install, the more you repeat a process over and over and over again, you will lock it into your subconscious. And what happens by repeating that process, everything in your body, your brain, your mind, your muscles, they will know how to interact without you even thinking. Think about it. You don't even have to think about breathing. And that's because your body, over and over again, every single day, your heart is beating and you are constantly breathing. And you do it subconsciously because you've been repeating it so much. It's not an issue for you. You don't have to think about it. And this was his same premise. Practice is everything. For his teams to be the very best at what they do, they had to be able to practice. They couldn't go into a game without practicing and then expect to win. Now, when you practice, what happens is you create confidence. This is big. So many people lack confidence. So many people lack self-esteem. But actually, if they realized, if they kept practicing, if they kept repeating things, they would feel more confident in what they were doing. It also created trust. Not only trust in themselves as a person, as each player, each coach, each member of Pete Carroll's organizations, it not only created trust in the person, but it also created trust in the rest of the team. Now, if you're practicing a lot and so is the rest of your team, not only are they going to be trusting you because they've seen you putting in the work, but you're also going to be trusting them because they've been doing the same. So practice is everything. It creates confidence. It creates trust. Now, at the very top of this pyramid, at the very top of his philosophy, was the performance. And Pete's aim was to get his players, get his coaches, all the people that worked under him in his organization, was getting them to a place where mentally they knew they were going to win. There was no doubt about it. They knew in their minds that they were going to win. And the way he did that was by creating focus. See, when you focus, when you're able to focus on something, you can pour all your attention, all your effort and your energy into that one thing when you focus. And he was saying for his teams, they wouldn't be able to perform at their best if they were worrying about other things in their life, if they were worrying about, how they hadn't how they hadn't practiced very well in the week in training. So it all came down to focus. But here's the link. Here's the link from performance to environment, to practicing. In order to create that focus, it needed to have confidence. It needed to have trust as well. Because think about it. If you are confident, if you have trust, and what you're able to do is you're able to put all your attention into winning, into playing at your very, very best potential. So this was crucial in his program, to have that focus so that people were just zeroed in, laser focus in what they needed to do to perform at their best so that they knew they were going to win. Now, what I want to do is I want to come down to the belief system. Now, the belief system is obviously the foundation, the core, the central foundation of the philosophy, which holds everything up. Without the belief system, you wouldn't be able to compete. The practice wouldn't be going well, and ultimately you wouldn't be able to win. So this was his staple. This was the staple part of his philosophy. And the philosophy was this: to do things better than they have ever been done before. What he means by that is every single day striving to be better and better as individuals, as teams, as an organization. Every single day to do things better than they have ever been done before. And you can do this in your own life. This doesn't have to be just for a sports team. This doesn't have to be for championship sports teams in the professional leagues around the world. You can have this for your own life as well, for your own business, for your own teams, for your own family, to do things better than they ever been done before. What a great bar to set your sights on. Could you imagine if every single day you behaved with that in your mind, that you were doing things to the best of your ability, no matter what you were doing better than they'd ever been done before. But it needed some beliefs. Now, his 3 beliefs were: it's all about the ball, everything counts, and respect everyone. So you're probably going, Tom, well, what do you mean it's all about the ball? I don't play sports. I've only got a business. Well, in football, it's all about the ball. Without the ball is the tool to winning. That's a good little rhyme. The ball is the tool to winning. In football, in any sports, whether football, American football, hockey, baseball, cricket, it's all about the ball. You've got to, in American football, you had to have the ball in order to win the game. Otherwise, you wouldn't be able to do anything. So he put it into his players that they always had to be going after the offensive team. They had to be looking after the ball. The defensive team had to be doing everything in their power to get the ball back from the opponent so that they could put themselves in the best chance to win. Now, when this comes over into your own life, in your own business, it might not be the ball. For business, the ball might represent money. Money is a tool. Money is a tool to win in life. Money is a tool for you to be successful, to do more with. If you think about it, the more money you have, the more impact you can have, the more people you can help, the more options you have in your life. So it might be about money. It might also be all about clients. It's all about the clients. But you can fit this. You can fit this to however you want in your own life, however it works for you. Number two there, the number two belief that everybody had to have was everything counts. And there's another guy called T. Harv Eker, which I'm sure you guys know of if you're watching this, but this is another way of saying his quote, which is, how you do anything is how you do everything. Everything on a daily basis, whatever task you're doing, the way that you do it, the way that you communicate with people has an overall effect on the way that you compete, the way that you practice, and eventually the end result that you're going to get. If you're not doing everything to the best of your ability, that will show up in your life. And I've explained this to people before. If, for instance, if your bedroom, if your kitchen, if your house is a mess, where else in your life is this showing up? So if your bedroom, if your house, your kitchen is a mess, what is this doing for your finances? What is this doing for your health? So everything counts. Everything that you do has an effect, has a result on the end goal. And the last one there, respect everyone. This means you can learn something from anyone. Everyone in life that you meet has something to teach you, has something to show you. And we should respect every single person that we come into contact with, no matter where they are in their journey. Nobody is above, nobody is below anyone. All that is the case is people are further along in their journey. People may have started before you, people may have started behind you, but nobody is above or below you. Nobody is better or worse than you. Everybody's just on a different stage in their journey. So it really was, you have to respect everybody. You have to understand that whoever you interact with, you can learn something from them. Respect is such a deep part of winning. You know, if you want to be a winner, you have to not only respect yourself, you have to respect other people as well. Now, his style, in his philosophy, his style was to have great effort, great enthusiasm, great toughness, and to play smart as well. Can you see this in your own life? If you're running a business, whatever you're doing, if you have that business and you're not doing it with great effort, you're not doing it with great enthusiasm, then that's going to show up. That's going to show up in your results. Your clients are going to pick up on that, because if you're not putting in the effort, you're not putting in the energy, they can sense that. The value you put in is going to be the value you get back. The more you put in, the more you get back. He was also wanted the style of great toughness. You're gonna overcome challenges. You're gonna be facing challenges. You're gonna go through tough times, painful times, times of suffering. That is inevitable. And if it hasn't happened yet, it will happen. That's inevitable. It will happen. And I don't mean to say that to scare you, but that's just a natural part of life. That is a natural circle of life that everybody will go through a time or multiple times that are extremely difficult, extremely hard. And Pete Carroll, he wanted people to have great toughness. He wanted people in the games, in the tough moments when they felt defeated, to go harder than they ever been before, to go forward with great toughness. He also wanted them to play smart. You know, everybody needs to be playing smart. Everybody needs to be thinking consciously about what they're doing. Being smart, behaving smart, acting smart is such an important part of this philosophy. And if you play smart, it will increase your productivity, it will increase your efficiency as well. And the last three, I really like this bit. He had three rules. Number one, always protect the team. Whatever you do, always protect the team. And you're going, well, I don't have a team. Okay, you have friends, you have family, you may have other people that you outsource work to, whatever it might be, you've got to protect your team. And why Pete Carroll brought this rule in, because the purpose of this rule was to get his players, get his coaches thinking consciously about their behavior, about their actions. Every action has an equal and opposite reaction or a consequence. It might be good consequences, it might be bad consequences. But by having this rule in place, it encouraged his players, his coaches, to think consciously about what they were doing. If they were about to do something stupid, not playing smart, not behaving in a smart way, then what impact was that decision and that action going to have on the rest of the team, the rest of the organization? And this is a great rule for you to have, to protect your family, to protect your friends, to make sure that every single day you are thinking consciously rather than unconsciously. How many people do you know are thinking unconsciously and they're going about their day on autopilot? They're just doing things. They're always reacting. They're in a perpetual state of anger, of frustration. And somebody will just walk up to them, say something to them, and they'll just explode. They'll be suddenly get so angry for no reason, and it's just because they're in autopilot. They're frustrated. They're not thinking consciously about what is happening in their life. They're not thinking consciously about the actions they're taking as well. So number one, always protect the team. Number two, no whining, no complaining, no excuses. This is about self-talk. This is about what you're saying to yourself. We let ourselves off the hook. When things don't go our way, we complain about it. We justify it. We use excuses. This is about taking responsibility. This is about being positive to yourself, giving yourself positive self-talk, boosting your self-esteem, boosting your confidence, because so many people quickly jump on they whine, they complain about things, and they come up with those excuses, and that is not going to serve you if you want to be able to win forever. I've spoken about this a lot. One of my mentors, Matt Atcham, another one, Blessing, and they talk about taking responsibility, and this is a part of it. This is a part of it. When things don't go your way, you have to take responsibility, you have to take ownership for it, and you have to look to do things better than they've ever been done before. And number three, the last one on there, be early. Just 2 words, the most simplest rule out there, be early. But why was this so important? Because he was always having team meetings. He was always having, the teams were always on the move, whether it was catch a plane to go play in away games, team meetings, debriefings. And it was important that the players turned up to their meetings early, ready to go, ready to jump on the opportunity, to learn and to better themselves as individuals. By being early to every meeting, every game, to flights, whatever it might be, it meant the players had to get organized. They had to take responsibility for their timetables. They had to get themselves organized, packed, ready to go. And you need this in your life. I come across so many people who you book a time with them and then they're late. And there's never an apology for it. There's never a sorry, I'm late. There's never it just seems to be the okay thing to do now. But if you're a business owner and somebody comes to you with an idea, but the meeting that you scheduled, the time you scheduled, they turn up late, they don't even apologize when they turn up late, what does that say about that person? Do you want to work with somebody who can't even turn up to a meeting on time? And so many people think that it's okay to just be late, to just show up nonchalant, not thinking about the consequence, not thinking about the action that they're taking by not keeping on time, not keeping on track, and not to even apologize either. So you have to be early to things, because this gets you organized. This gets you ready for an opportunity. By being late, you're missing opportunities flat out. So by being early, you're there ready for the opportunity to win forever, as Pete Carroll says. So look, I hope you enjoyed this background. You can implement this philosophy into your own life. It's one that I'm implementing as well. And it's a very simple philosophy to follow. there are only 4 key components to it: the belief system, the central theme, the environment, and the performance. If every single day you're competing with yourself to become a better version of yourself than you were the day before, you are going to get yourself to a place where you are winning. But you've got to have the beliefs, you've got to have the style, you've got to have the rules in place. The rules are so important because it creates a context. It creates a context that holds everything together. So you have to play by the rules that you set yourself. So yeah, thank you for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed this video. As always, if you like this video, be sure to subscribe by clicking the link to this video, and tag anyone, comment, share your thoughts of what this philosophy could do for you in your own life. Speak to you soon, guys. Thank you for watching.